Welcome to Silly Stories for Kids. With us, the Ramsden Girls. A podcast where our dad makes up a silly story. Just for you. Okay, let's go.
One day, two kids named William and Lucille were at their house. Now, they were about to go to the park to meet some of their friends, and they were really looking forward to it. All right, William, have you got the trolley? Yep, I've got the trolley. And did you put the balls into it? Yep, and the frisbee. Oh, great, said Lucille. So William and Lucille packed up all the things that they needed to go to the park, and then they started pulling the trolley as they walked along. They started walking towards the park, but the closer they got, they could hear some very strange noises. What is that? Said William. I don't know, said Lucille. It sounds like really strong winds or something like that. Oh, very interesting. As they were really getting close to the park, they could see their friends, Gabby and Aaliyah, were standing at the park and looking at something. They walked over and looked as well. What is that? Said William. I think, said Gabby, they're mini tornadoes. Yeah, said Aaliyah. They're going through the park and they're making a really big mess. The kids watched as the mini tornadoes seemed to be tearing through the entire park. They were stripping all the leaves off trees and they were stopping people from being able to play. Oh dear, said the kids. What are we going to do? They looked carefully and the tornadoes were spinning very, very quickly. We need some help. We've got to be able to stop it somehow. As the kids were walking along, they saw something on the ground. What's that blue thing down there? We better save it before it gets caught by one of those tornadoes. William raced in and grabbed the blue fuzzy thing that was kind of stuck in the ground. As he did, something popped up. Whizz! Who are you? Said the kids. My name is Whizzy Fizzler. Has my brother been causing trouble again? We don't know, they said. Oh, said Whizzy. Normally people only ever come to find me if my brother has been causing trouble. Have you seen a fuzzy orange creature anywhere that's been destroying things? No, said the kids. We haven't. Well, then why did you wake me up? Because we thought that you were going to get caught by those tornadoes just over there. Whizzy Fizzler looked behind them. Wow, they look very, 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 very twisty. They do, said Gabby. They seem to be destroying the park, much like my brother. Well, I guess so, said the kids. I have an idea. The way a tornado works, said Whizzy Fizzler, is it is a lot of air that is spinning around very, very fast. Maybe if I do some spinning, I might be able to help. Are you sure, said the kids. Maybe, said Whizzy Fizzler. We can only try. So Whizzy Fizzler looked at the tornadoes. Maybe you kids could help me as well. There is lots and lots of these tornadoes everywhere. We need all the help that we can get. Okay, said the kids. How are we going to help you? Well, if I give you these very special blue hats, it will help you become Whizzy and Fizzy just like me. Whizzy Fizzler pulled 4 little hats out. The kids looked at them. Okay. Whizzy Fizzler whizzed across to them and popped a hat on each one of the kids' heads. In no time at all, they were all wearing blue hats. I feel spinny and twisty, said William. Me too, said Lucille. I feel like I could spin really, really fast. That's how it works. Now, let me try first, said Whizzy Fizzler. He started to whiz over to one of the tornadoes. Let's try one of the little ones first. Whizzy Fizzler whizzed across, and as he spun and whizzed into the middle of the tornado, the tornado winds seemed to slow down. How is that working? Said Gabby. Because I am spinning and it is spinning the opposite way. When our two spinning winds combine, it slows down the spinning of the tornado. Oh, okay, said Aaliyah. Come on, kids, let's give it a try. So, the kids joined Whizzy Fizzler and started whizzing into the middle of the little tornadoes. As they whizzed in, they would start to spin as quickly as they could. And as they zoomed back out, the tornado would slow down and stop. It was working really, really well until something very strange happened. All right, kids, I'll get this one over here. Whizzy Fizzler whizzed over to one of the very big tornadoes. As he whizzed into the middle, said Whizzy Fizzler. What's going on? Said the kids. This one's spinning the opposite way. Whizzy Fizzler whizzed so fast, but the tornado didn't slow down. It got faster and it got bigger. Well, then just spin the other way, said Gabby. I can't. What do you mean you can't? Said Aaliyah. I can only spin the one way. That's how it works. Oh, said Lucille. Don't worry, I'll spin the other way. She went over to try and spin into the tornado as well. No, said Whizzy Fizzler. You're the same as... Lucille got spun around in the tornado and flown up into the air. These little tornadoes are really spinny. I know, said Whizzy Fizzler, but now we can't seem to stop it. They looked. It was getting faster and bigger. What are we going to do? Said Gabby. I hate to say it, but I know what we need to do, said Whizzy Fizzler. What's that? Said William. We need my destructive brother. Why? Said Aaliyah. Because he is my opposite, and he can spin the opposite way. How are we going to find him? Said Lucille. We need to find something orange and fuzzy. Oh, okay. Well, let's go start looking. But the tornado is too spinny. It'll lift us up and throw us around. I know, said William. We could use these. He pointed over at some very big rocks that were on the ground. What are we going to use those for? Said Whizzy Fizzler. Well, if we tie them to our feet, then the tornado won't be able to lift us off the ground. Good thinking, said Whizzy Fizzler. So the kids all tied some of the rocks to their feet, and Whizzy Fizzler attached some to his as well. Then they started to walk towards the tornado. It feels like it's trying to lift me off the ground, said Gabby. Me too, said Aaliyah. Fortunately, these rocks are working. They started walking around the park, looking very, very carefully. Nothing here, nothing here. Maybe over near the playground, said Lucille. Let's go. The kids walked with their giant rock feet as the tornado spun and spun and spun. Somehow, these tornadoes never seemed to leave the park, and they seemed to be very different to a normal tornado. They almost seemed like they were fun tornadoes. They caused a little bit of trouble, but they were safe enough to be around. As the kids got closer to the playground, Lucille saw it. Over there, at the bottom of the slide. See that fuzzy orange patch? I do, said William. Let's go. They raced over. How do we get him? Just tap him on the head. As they tapped, all of a sudden, they heard the noise. Fizz! I'm Fizzy Whistler, and I'm here to... What is going on? He said. Hello, Fizzy, said Whizzy. Whizzy, what are you doing here? I haven't ruined everything yet. I know, said Whizzy Fizzler, but we need your help. What? Said Fizzy Whistler. You want me to do the helping? What do you mean? Well, said Whizzy Fizzler, there have been a whole bunch of tornadoes. Yeah, said William, and we've been doing our best to reverse the spinning to slow them down, but this one seems to be spinning the opposite direction, said Gabby. Oh, said Fizzy Whistler. I guess that means it's up to me. Yes, said Aaliyah. Well, it's not normal for me to try and fix rather than destroy. Can I please destroy some things first? Sure, said Whizzy Fizzler. What do you want to destroy? Oh, can the kids put on orange hats and be Fizzy Whistlers with me? Sure, said Whizzy Fizzler. All right, kids, take off your blue hats. So the kids took off their blue hats. And now, said Fizzy Whistler, pop on your orange hats. The kids popped on the orange hats. I feel very twisty again, said Gabby. Yes, really, really, and I just want to make a mess of things. I know, said Fizzy Whistler. It's so much fun. Let's go. The kids and Fizzy Whistler started fizzing through the park. This time, instead of fixing things, they started making a big, chaotic mess. Oh dear, said Whizzy Fizzler. There's gonna be a lot of cleanup after this. The kids were laughing and playing and having so much fun. Okay, now that everything is sufficiently destroyed, said Fizzy Whistler, we can fix this tornado, but we need to work as a team. It looks like a very big fun-nado. What do you mean a fun-nado, said Aaliyah. These aren't real tornadoes, they're fun-nados. They appear in very special places for fun times just like this. I'm not sure how much fun this is, said Lucille. It's making a big mess. It'll be fun when we fix it. All right, on the count of 3, everybody needs to come at the tornado from a very different direction. And when we meet in the middle, go as fizzy whizzy as you possibly can. Okay, said the kids. So the kids all moved to different corners of the park. They could hear Fizzy Whistler on the opposite side. All right, kids. 1, 2, 3, fizz! And all the kids started fizzing towards the tornado. They were getting blown around a little bit, but as they fizzed closer and closer, they all met in the middle at the very same time. Go as fizzy as you can! Okay, yelled the kids. As they fizzed and fizzed, they could feel the wind starting to change. The big tornado began to slow down until... It stopped, said Fizzy Whistler. Hooray, yelled the kids. Hooray, yelled Whizzy Fizzler. The kids started to settle. Quick, kids, take off those orange hats. The kids took off their orange hats and came down to the ground. All right, now I'm going to cause some trouble. Quick, tap him, yelled Whizzy Fizzler. Aaliyah reached out and tapped Fizzy Whistler on the shoulder. Oh, does somebody want to tap my head again? I'll only make a little bit of trouble. No, said Whizzy Fizzler. We need to do the fixing. All right, everybody, blue hats back on. The kids all put on their blue hats and again became like Whizzy Fizzler. I just want to fix everything now, said William. Me too, said Gabby. Let's go. So the kids and Whizzy Fizzler whizzed around the entire park. As they went whizzing, everything got fixed. All the trees got their leaves back, all the tan bark went back into the playground, and everything was put back exactly as it should be. As the kids looked at the brand new, clean, beautiful park, they were so happy. All right, blue hats off, said Whizzy Fizzler. The kids took off their hats. And now, can somebody please tap me on the shoulder? Okay, said Lucille. She reached out and tapped Whizzy Fizzler on the shoulder. Thank you. All right, kids, have fun. I'll see you next time. Bye, said the kids. They went into the park and had a fantastic play. As William and Lucille loaded up their trolley and took their things back home at the end of their park play, they walked in through the gate. Their parents were standing waiting. Hey kids, how was your play with Gabby and Aaliyah? Did you have fun? Well, said William, I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you. And that is the end of the story. This episode is brought to you by Fizzy Whistler's Fizznados. If you want to have some Fizzy-nado fun and spin around really, really fast without wrecking too many things, get yourself a Fizznado. No, don't get a Fizznado. It makes lots of mess. Make sure that you keep things nice and clean and organized. No, Whizzy, it's more fun to make the fizzy fun. No, it is more fun to clean up with some Whizzy fun. Oh dear. Well, we hope that you've been enjoying Silly Stories for Kids. This has been me, Fizzy Whistler, and me, Whizzy Fizzler. And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.